Welcome back to another year, to another journey, to another save. This time, rocking all over the globe. Our ultimate aim is to go where no saves have dared to go before, to manage as many clubs as possible in as many countries as possible, winning as many trophies as possible. That is our quest to come. That is our journey. Starting in London, we travel to our first destination, a tiny footballing nation, somewhere I am very familiar with and I lived for 10 years of my life. We have come to Southeast Asia, to Indonesia, to Bandung, to Persib Football Club, to begin our incredible journey. Let's go and kick some balls. Halo, selamat datang di Indonesia, di Kota Bandung. Hello and welcome to Indonesia, to the city of Bandung, and in particular to Persib FC, the home of football for Bandung. And this is where we are going to start our journey, and our journey is a very simple one. We have to manage as many clubs in as short a time as possible and win as many trophies as we possibly can. We're going to try and travel around the world and accumulate trophies and hopefully one day win the ultimate prize of all, the Champions League in Europe. But that is a long way off and we could get sacked, we could resign. One thing's for sure, you cannot afford in a save like this to hang around very long. You can't get attached to clubs. And we've come to the smallest nation in terms of football that I could possibly think of. And we are going to start with Persib. They are actually favourites to win League One. I had no idea that they would be favourites. But that will be a good start. If we can win the league in our first season here, it will be a good start. And it will help us to move on to bigger nations and to bigger teams and to bigger trophies. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. I'm not sure what to expect. I'm going to make dreadful mistakes, as I already have. And it has been an interesting pre-season, and we do have 2 games to play before the season begins today. And as you can see, we will be in the final of the President's Cup in Indonesia. It's over 2 legs, and we will be playing Borneo. Rather like in Portugal, they have a cup competition before the main season begins. So we are going to be playing in the 2 legs of that final against Borneo today. We are favourites to win, but you never know what is going to happen in this game. It would be nice to get a trophy under our belt right at the beginning. But before we go into what's been happening off the pitch, and many things have been happening off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then you are definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, do all that good stuff and help the channel to grow, help us to support the very, very good work of the British Heart Foundation. And so let's have a look at what's happened on the pitch and how we have got to the final of the Piala President Indonesia Cup. And we started off in the group phase. We had 3 games to play in the group phase. We beat Bali United by 6-2 and followed that with a 3-2 victory against Bahia. I'm not quite sure where they come from or even if I said it right. And then we played Jakarta rivals Persija in the final group game, and we beat those quite comfortably by 5-2. In the quarterfinals, we played Dewa United and beat them quite comfortably by 2-0. And then we played Barito Patura from Surabaya, and we beat them in the semi-final. We beat them away by 5-2, but then we could only manage a 3-3 draw at home. But it was enough to take us through to the final, where today we will be playing Borneo at home. And then we will follow that with the second leg, Borneo away. And hopefully we'll get off to a really good start and get a trophy under our belts straight away. And in terms of injuries, we currently just have the 2 players out. We have Febri Heriadi. He has a groin strain. He's expected to be out for another, couple of weeks at least, 2 to 3 weeks, I would imagine. And then we have a very long-term injury, 9 to 10 months. One of our best left and right wingers, Tyrone, he's out for the entire season. He's 32 years old now, probably not going to recover from that injury. Such a shame. He's such a good player, and we could have done with him on the pitch at the moment. And in terms of the transfer window, I have been having a great time. We have actually got a lot of money, and we've had a lot of money to play with. This club has got pretty much all the money that it needs, and we currently still have £289,000 left in the transfer budget, which doesn't seem like a lot, but in Indonesia that is a lot of money that we have left. We still need to buy a couple of players. I need midfielder and I need a striker, and probably even more than that. We've still got lots of wage budget left. We have a budget of 55,000 and we're currently spending only 35,000. So as wages maximum are likely to be around 2,000, we have plenty of money left to spend. And I do need to bring in players, but we already have a squad which is close enough to 38 players. And so I've been just having a great time bringing players in, and without due regard to what actually the rules are. And very few players have gone out, only players that were here before I arrived. But since I've arrived, we've brought in Tyrone. He then got himself injured. And then we brought in Alberto Rodriguez. He's come in on a free. He's a centre-back. He's got very good mentals, and he's quite a strong character. His technical ability isn't that great. But I think for 30-year-old centre-back, I think he'll do a very nice job for us. He's going to come in and become one of our main boys at the back, and I hope that he's going to have a very good season. And then I brought in Lelo. He's come in from Atletico Catarinese. He's come in for £7,7500, and I brought him in. He is a left winger, and we needed somebody desperately who could play on the left wing. Hasn't had the greatest of starts, but he is a decent player for this level. And one of my problems, though, is he is from Brazil and he is a foreigner, and I've had to leave him out of the registration at the moment. And then I've brought in Ovidi Karura. He's come in on a free transfer too, and he's a midfielder, attacking midfielder. Looks like, again, he's got decent mentals, decent physicals, but technical ability leaves something to be desired. He's a ball-winning midfielder, can play as a box-to-box or a centre mid. I think he'll do a useful job for us, but he is aging now. He's 34 years old. Probably that's why he was so cheap. And then we brought in Asnawi Mangakulam. He's come in on loan. He is a right fullback. I probably do need to bring in a left fullback as well during the transfer window. We do have the money to do that, but I think he's pretty good and he will do a very decent job for us. And then I brought in Saidi from Bekasi City. He's come in for £26,000, rising to £28,500. Saidi is a winger, a right winger. So I've brought in a left winger and a right winger. He can also play on the left. He is Indonesian, so we don't have any registration issues with him. But we do have registration issues with the squad, because I am told we are only allowed to register 4 foreign players for the league. We have 7 now, and so I have a real problem in terms of registering players. My assistant has advised me that David da Silva is probably one who should be left out, and there is another one, Sato, who is a left back. He probably could be left out as well, but it is going to be very, very difficult, and I'm going to be upsetting players immediately I start this save off. A lesson to be learned: make sure that you check the rules before you start signing players. We need some available jobs as well as we go through the season, because we can't get attached. We're going to have to move on at the first opportunity. Let's pick up a trophy, move on. Pick up a trophy, move on. Let's see how many trophies we can get as we go through this save. But now we're going to go in pursuit of our first trophy. We're going to try and win the Piala Presiden Indonesia Cup. And we have to get the team ready for the first leg, which is at home to Borneo. We will be right back once we are ready, just before the kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today is Alam in goal with Mankaulam, Kuipers, Rodriguez and Satu at the back. Iriante, Putra and Madinda in midfield, with Saidi, Batuan and Kurnia up front. We have rotated the team a little bit from the guys who played in the semi-final, and that's just to give other players a chance to get up to fitness. But this is a game we should be winning. And I think having the best teams, apart from ourselves, are out of this competition. So I am going to tell them that we should be winning this. And I've got faith in you to go out there and make the difference. I actually don't have an assistant manager at the moment. And so I don't get the advice bits on Team Talks, which is a bit of a nuisance because I'm on my own when it comes to upsetting the players with Team Talks. And one of them is already very upset. But it is what it is. We have to get on with it. I have asked the board if I can have an assistant manager, and they've said no. And so that's it. There's nothing I can do. But we do have the first highlight, which is good. And there's a ball through to Putra. Putra's in. Putra scored. And we are a goal to the good. It's Persip 1, Borneo 0. That's about as good a start as I could have hoped for. And what a lovely break from Putra. And this 4-3-3 seems to be working quite well for me at the moment. It's not that attacking. I think we possibly should be a little bit more attacking than what we are, but it's good enough, and we are scoring goals. And although we are leaking a few goals, we are just about seeing off the opposition. We're scoring more than the opposition are, and at the moment we're doing very well, and we're totally dominating Borneo at the moment. Ball into the box, it's headed out, and it comes out, and it's going to be driven into the box again. It's 2-0, and Kurnia has made it 2-0, and this rotated team is playing a few youngsters, it's playing a few old, more experienced players. It is a rotated team, but we are doing well. We're taking them apart, and it was very, very nice. I'm not quite sure who that was. It was Saidi with the cross. Lovely assist for Saidi, and now it's 2-0, and we are pretty much romping this at the moment. Although we are not the best team defensively that I've ever seen in my life. So it's important that we keep scoring goals, that we don't just think, oh, we can sit back and defend, because that we can't do. And one of the things that I have had to do with this team is to come off the press, and we do have another chance, and we are in space, and it's clipped the outside of the post, and it goes behind, and it remains 2-0. But I have decided, this team is not good enough to be counter-pressing, so we don't counter-press much. And we're trying not to run around like headless chickens. They're not great at pressing, so why have them pressing? And the ball goes through to Alam. Alam, who did get injured during pre-season. Most of these players got injured during pre-season for some amount of time. But we are also able to play the ball from the back, and so hopefully we'll start putting some passing movements together. It's a controlled passing style that I want us to play. We are in space again. Can we get a cross into the box? Looks for support. Butuan, there's a chance, and it's deflected. It can't find the target. It comes out to Satu, and Satu can't do anything with it. It's still 2-0. There are a lot of highlights in this game. I'm wondering, are we actually in key highlights? Yes, we are. And time is moving on. I think I might need to actually up that a little bit, try to get through these games a little bit quicker. And Kuipers, he finds Alberto Rodriguez. He is a very fine player for this level at the back. Kuipers, and here's a chance, and it is Saidi. Saidi's in again. Saidi's made it 3. I think this final is pretty much over at this point. Although I was 3-0 up as well in the semi-final, only to have that game come back to 3-3. We're not the greatest defensive team, but 3-0 up in the final, the first leg, Saidi just found that very, very easy. He's having a very good game. In fact, our forwards are all having extremely good games. Defensively, not so solid, but Sato is also having a very good game. And here's Butuan looking to bring it forward. We are just driving forward. We are totally dominating this game and winning the ball in midfield. We're solid at the back, which is unusual. Sato, though, has given it away. Is that the commentator's curse? Is this where we've give them a goal away? And we have won the ball again at the back, and there's a lovely pass forward, and we do have another chance, and it's fired past the post. It was Kurnia who had the chance, and he is rotated forward. Our main forward, Walian, he is having a rest today. There's a ball to the near post. We're totally dominating Borneo. This is supposed to be a very close game, but Borneo have not been in the game at all, and we are absolutely dominating this game, and deservedly 3-0 up as we approach half-time. I don't think that Borneo are going to offer very much. They've had 3 attempts, none of them on target. I think we've totally dominated them, and it's been a very good half for us. And I'm going to tell them we are ahead on the scoreboard, and we deserve to be. So let's go out there. Let's do some more. Let's get some more goals. Let's put this game safe as we go into the second leg. 3-0 is a good result, but we do have to travel to Borneo for the second leg, and it'll be good if we can get ourselves safe before we have to play in the second leg. 4 or 5-0 will be very difficult for them to come back into. But it is Borneo at the moment who are coming forward, and I need to make some changes. And so what I might do is change things, maybe go to the more attacking system. I don't want to allow Borneo to come on to us. I think we need to take the game to them, and I will make my changes once this highlights over and probably attack them a little bit more. Might even think about the mid-block system, but I don't think we need to defend against this team. We need to attack them, and that's a poor pass, and we've picked that up. Rodriguez has picked that up very nicely. Here's Sato looking long, but that's a poor pass, and maybe we need to do something, because suddenly our boys have gone off the boil. I'm going to shout at them, demand more, because I don't want them going off the boil, and there's a chance for Borneo, and it remains 3-0. I'm going to go and make some changes. And so we have made our changes, and hopefully we will see the game out quite comfortably now. We've changed the system a little bit. We've gone to the more attacking style, and I do feel that we're just letting Borneo come at us for some reason, and we need to actually start attacking again. Have we given away a penalty? There we have. And this is what sometimes happens in the Indonesian leagues here. We've dominated the game, and now suddenly we could find ourselves at 3-3. This happened in the semi-final. Is it going to happen here? It's a good save by the goalkeeper. And I'm really unsure about what to do about these boys, and we can only make 3 substitutions as well. We have made our substitutions, and maybe I just do need to go into the mid-block and just take control of the game a little bit. And what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to lower the tempo a little bit. I'm going to narrow it down a bit and just try and hold on to the ball, because it's all Borneo at the moment, and there's a chance, and they have finally scored. And I am absolutely shocked at what is going on. We've just suddenly, we look like a different team in the second half, and very nice set piece, and these boys are frustrated by the team talk that I gave them. They've got to get their act together. This is not good enough, and if we give this game away now, this will not be acceptable. And I'm going to come down to a positive style of play. I really don't feel comfortable with a 3-1 victory now. Is it enough? It would have been better had we taken advantage of Borneo, and I'm not quite sure what was going on there, and there was a big puff of smoke going on in the crowd as well. But we are coming forward, and here is Putra. Putra needs to do something now. Putra working it towards the penalty area. Was that a penalty, referee? The referee has pointed to the spot. We've got a penalty. Is it going to be the second penalty scores? It usually happens in FM. One of the 2 will go in, as Walian puts it away. It's now Persib 4, Borneo 1. This has been a long match, and hopefully now we can see this out. And deserved winners, I think. But we did play badly in the second half, and I'm not too happy about the way things went early in the second half. We've recovered now, and just keeping possession, I think, has helped. As we look to bring it into the box, there's another chance. It's 5-1. I think now this final is over. We are going to win the final. And I do think, by just lowering the tempo, I think we managed to get the game back under control. It is now 5-1, and Butuan has his second goal of the game, and we have now pretty much won the game, but it's still time for another goal here. But just let's hope that it's for us and not for Borneo, because every goal they score gives them hope. And there's a ball over the top. It's not going to find its man. There are an awful lot of highlights going on here. We need to win this ball in midfield. We have done. But here come Borneo again. Borneo looking to get it wide, but that's a lovely tackle. And here's Saidi. Saidi bursting up the right. He hasn't got the pace to get round his man. And that's a dreadful pass, but we've won the ball in midfield. And we do have men over here. Butuan, if he can get the ball into the box. We have a lot of men in the box. That's a lovely pass. It finds Putra. Into the box it goes. It's a chance, and it's just past the post. I think that's it, referee. You can blow your whistle now. It is full time. We have beaten Borneo in the first leg by 5-1. And that is a very, very good win, boys. It was supposed to be a very close contest, that. But we have done very, very well. And we really should be winning this final now. I'll be very, very unhappy if we don't go on and win the second leg and win the final comfortably. I need to go and get them ready. The second leg is going to be within a few days. We'll fly off to Borneo then, and we will see you all just before the kickoff for the second leg of the final. I think we should be winning this cup final. We will see you just before the kickoff. And so the team for the second leg, and you might notice that morale has taken a plummeting. Well, I actually held a team meeting and told them that I was expecting them to complete the job in this final, and that really irritated the team. And they said our form really isn't good enough to be winning this game, and I should be more sympathetic towards the fact that they're a bit out of form. I don't know how to deal with these players anymore in FM, but they've got themselves very, very upset. We've just got to go out and win this football match. And so the team for today is Alam in goal with Manco Alam, Kuipers, Rudianto and Henna-Hansu at the back, Irianto, Madinda and Klock in midfield, with Leilu, Butuan and Walian up front. And despite the players not feeling very optimistic, 5-1 up, you have to feel pretty optimistic. And I would think that we can win this game. We've only got to score one goal. Forget about the first leg, and that's the way we do this. That's the way you win football matches. I've got faith in you. Go and make the difference. And let's try and win this final without any much more drama from the players. And they are playing with a 4-4-2. We've changed their system a little bit, I think, for this game. But we should be winning this game comfortably. They didn't really put up any resistance to us in the first leg. And we do have a corner to the near post, and we have scored. And I think it's Madinda who has scored at the near post. Levi Madinda, who we've recently brought in from on loan. He has made it 1-0, and we are now 6-1 up. And if we don't win this now, then they're going to have the riot act read to them, regardless of whether they get upset or not. But this is a pretty comprehensive victory, and hopefully it is our first trophy in the bag at this point. I wonder if they do have trophy ceremonies in Indonesia, just like they have in Europe. It would be nice to see a trophy presentation in the first episode as we look to build on what we're doing, and we look to challenge all over the world for trophies. And here we are bursting into the box. It's out to Klock, and Klock hits it over the crossbar. I'm going to have big problems with the names of this team. I'm going to have to like Mankalam and Kuipers is okay, Rudianto, Henhoausa, and here is Leilu. Leilu is looking to come forward. He finds Menkulam going down the right hand side, ball into the box. It's well cleared by Borneo. Borneo are looking to break. They are like counter-attacking at pace, but we got numbers back. We should be able to deal with this, and our lines are set so that we're not going to be leaving them too much space, and that's a chance, and it is a warning to us that we need to be defensively solid. At the moment, there's 30 minutes gone. It's still 1-0, and it's still 6-1 overall, but Borneo are a bit of a threat. They are looking like they are a threat, and we need to be very careful. We need to just make sure that we defend well enough. We're not renowned for our defending, but there's a chance for a Borneo, and it has gone over the crossbar. It's going to go out for a corner. We need to be doing a lot better than what we're doing. I'm going to shout some encouragement and see how they react to that. Some of them have reacted badly again, and I think it's complacency that we're dealing with more than anything else at the moment. And I'm not happy with complacency, but I'm not sure I should be telling them off about it, because they just don't seem to react very well, players, anymore. Not like the good old days where you could give the players a good rocket and they didn't mind. These players now in FM24 are going to sulk if you get it wrong. But they've still got to score 5 in the second half in order to come back into this tie. I think that it's pretty much going to be our first trophy. And even though we're not great defensively, I think that it's probably going to be game over at this point. I wonder if I should try out my mid-block tactic. Just go a little bit more defensive and just second half just try and block the game. Just Borneo have another chance, and it is all Borneo at the moment, so I am going to try something different in the second half. The boys need to do a lot better than that, and I'm going to say I don't like what I saw. Some of them have got upset again. I really don't like talking to the teams anymore. I guess keep going, boys. You've got the ability. You weren't that bad. Maybe that will sort them out. But Mankulam, he's not very happy, but he's never played very well since he got here. I'm going to just change things a little bit before the second half. And actually, I've decided not to do anything. So we're just going to go with what we're doing. We're doing pretty well. And I think that we're doing well enough to keep winning this football match. Although it's been pretty much all Borneo in the first half. And we do have a chance. And Klock has made it 2-0 from a set piece. And I think that's now game over. It is 7-1 over the tie. And a very, very straightforward corner to the centre of the goal. And Klock headed it in. We do have a very tall, very strong team, a very physical presence in the team, and maybe that will help when it comes to set pieces. But Borneo are, allegedly a good side, but we've just swept them aside in this final. I think a cunning little ploy has been not to counter-press. I think in FM24 that if your team is not really capable of counter-pressing at a high level, then the game is unforgiving and it will find you out. And by not pressing this, we were able to just hold our position, hold our shape, and just pick the loose ball up. But it is Borneo coming forward again. Borneo looking to try and create a chance. And they don't have the pace to get us on the outside, so we just need to defend as well as we can. That's a good header that's just gone over the crossbar, though. And at the moment, it's still 2-0 to Persib. We are 2-0 up. Can we make it 3-0 from this set piece? Ball into the centre of the goal. It is a chance. It's bobbling about, and it has been cleared. And it comes out to Mankulam. Mankulam bringing it forward. And here is Leilu. Leilu with the ball to the far post. It's 3-0. That is definitely game over now. We are at 9-1 up, or is it 8-1 in front? It is 3-0 on the day. This final is done and dusted, and couldn't ask for more. Leilu's cross, and Madinda with a perfect header at the far post. We are very tall, and so our crossing is working today. We're 3-0 up. I think it's now definitely game over. Although I do suspect we'll give a goal away, of course, and it is a goal, and it is now 3-1. We always give goals away, but we've just got to keep scoring, and that's how we'll win this game, and all our games, in fact, is to keep scoring goals, because we are like a bit leaky at the back. I'm going to go and make some changes. And so I've made my 3 substitutions. You only get 3 substitutions in the Indonesian League and the Cups. And hopefully, though, it's the same for both sides, and we should be able to go on and win this game quite comfortably now. I'm looking forward to seeing if there is going to be a trophy award. And I don't know if you do in these lower leagues have a trophy award. It will be nice to pick up a trophy and to hopefully to pick up our first trophy of many this season, and many over the course of the save. If we get all the trophies this year, then it's possible it might be a good idea to move on to another country, perhaps Japan or Korea, which will give us a chance of winning the AFC, the Champions League for Asia. We're not going to be doing that here at Bandung, but we might get them to qualify and then move on and try and win the AFC with a Japanese or Korean team next season. It's now 3-2. Borneo have come back into the game, and we are getting to see a presentation, and we have won our first trophy. We have won the President's Cup, and we're delighted to go and pick up the trophy. Let's hope that we will add the league to this. We are supposed to win the league. The board expectation is that we win the league. That's a lot of pressure, and we have done well, though, and it's been a very, very good performance. And it is lovely to see a trophy presentation in our first episode of the new save. And we're off to a good start. That will enhance my reputation as a manager. It will enhance the reputation of the club, and we will hopefully go on and win many more trophies this season, and we will then get better jobs. We will do what we came to this save to do. And you did it. Enjoy the celebrations, but I'm not too happy with the defending. But it's been a very, very good performance. It's been a good episode, and I believe that the transfer window will shut in a week's time, so we will come back in a little while, and I'm not quite sure why that's happening, but we'll probably come back at the end of August, beginning of September. I'm looking for big games. Persis is a big game here. So Bali United Persis is a big game. Persita is also a very, very big game. We'll come back for Persis and Arima, and we'll see, hopefully, where we are. Hopefully, top of the league by then. And that's it for this first episode. As usual, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then you are definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, help the channel to grow, help us to support the very, very good work of the British Heart Foundation. I'm fairly pleased that we couldn't have asked for a better start than that, to have won pretty much all the games that we've played so far, with the exception of one draw. We've won every game, and we've won a trophy. That's a pretty good start, I think. All that remains to be said now, from a very contented manager here at Persib in Bandung, is stay safe, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.